Hey guys, welcome back for another video, or welcome if you are new. Today we are going to be doing a little get ready with me, and we're just going to be talking about new makeup. There's nothing more exciting to me than the first quarter of the new year because all of the new drugstore makeup is coming out. So everything I have here is new drugstore except for one product from Kosas, which I do want to really share with you because I haven't been enjoying it. Other than that, it's all drugstore. I have tried everything and really tested it the last couple weeks except for one product I did pick up yesterday. I was blown away by the swatches and I couldn't wait to share it and talk about it in this video, but it will be a first impression. So stay tuned for that. If you enjoy videos like this, be sure to give it a thumbs up as well as subscribe to my channel. Check me out on Instagram as well. I post there every single day. So let's just get started. So I've done my skin prep and we're just going to be applying the makeup, and I'm going to talk a little bit about my experience as well as my thoughts on it. And yeah, that's just kind of how these videos go. So I'm going to start off with the Maybelline Grippy Serum Makeup Grip Primer. This has 2% niacinamide. It's supposed to be grippy and hydrating. Now, I did not expect to like this, but I went ahead and picked it up anyway because I know a lot of you have drier skin. I do not. I have combo skin. Sometimes oily in the summertime. Sometimes it gets a little dry in the winter. But here's the deal. I like this. I don't know why, but it's so hydrating on the skin, but it's not greasy at all. And I think it's because it has that like stickier texture to it. Something that I do as well with stickier primers is I also run them through my brows. My brows are laminated. It's starting to kind of wear off, but they are laminated. So I don't really need a super heavy gel to stick them up. So I always put the Grippy primer all over my face, obviously, but then I run it through my brows and I just comb my brows out, and they usually just stay in place all day. And I have very like coarse brow hair, so it takes a pretty substantial like brow glue of some kind to really laminate them down when they're not laminated. So just being able to kind of run this sticky primer through, I really like. So it's kind of like a 2-in-1 product. I like it. The thing that I like about this versus like the Hydra Grip or the e.l.f. Power Grip is that it is not heavy on the skin. I feel like especially the matte one from e.l.f. is so heavy on the skin, but this is, I mean, this feels amazing while still giving you that grippy quality. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do my brows real quick. This is not a new product, but they were all half off, and I don't know what it is about Give brow products, but I really, really love them. And this particular shade is, what color is this? Number 5. This is like the perfect shade for my brows. So I'm just going to put a little bit in my brows in my sparser areas. We do have a brow product that I want to show you, but I just want to kind of outline the brows a little bit better. I don't really do a ton to my brows anymore since they are laminated. It just makes them look fuller, thicker, darker. Now that my brows are done, I'm going to show you the new brow product I've been loving. This is the Maybelline Super Fluff Brow Mousse. Now, this is a really, really nice product. I love the packaging. There's something about this shape and texture of packaging. It's almost kind of like a silky matte packaging that I love. I love how small the wand is. This does not have fibers in it, but it's more of a moussey gel, so it does give the brows volume. Now, I'm not a good person to really test brow gels just because I feel like my brows are pretty decent, and with them being laminated, I'm not asking a whole lot out of my brow products, but I really like this, and I specifically like this for days when I'm not really doing a whole lot with my makeup. I just kind of throw this in my brows and I'm good to go. So I enjoy this product. It's very affordable. Obviously, it's from Maybelline, and I have the color. This is a good color for me as well. This is 257 medium brown, and I really super like this product, so I've been enjoying that. Honestly, spoiler alert, I've been really happy with a lot of the new drugstore products. I feel like drugstore makeup is getting more expensive, but I will give them credit that the quality is getting better too, which I don't complain about. If it's going to cost me a little bit more, but it's still going to cost me less than high-end, and the quality overall is better, I think that's totally worth it. Okay, now we're going to move on to foundation. Now this foundation, okay, this came out a few weeks ago, or maybe a month ago at this point. This is the L'Oreal Lumi Le Glow Tint. This product, you guys, oh my goodness. I tried this out for 2 weeks and I wore it every single day. So the first week it broke apart really bad. It looked kind of heavy on the skin and I was like, oh my gosh, like when I first put it on, I am blown away by the product. And then as it wore, I didn't really like it. So the things that were happening with my skin, I felt like might be more of a skin issue versus the foundation issue. So I took a break. I really focused on my skin. I did some dermaplaning. I just really hydrated the skin. And then I used it again for another week. And it was amazing. So let me tell you what I love about this foundation, and then we're going to apply this while I'll tell you. So the first thing I love about this foundation is I love the packaging. I love that it's a squeezy tube, but that it also has a pump. It has this pearlized, I don't know if it's like this pearlized finish to it. So on the skin, it almost gives this kind of luminescence, this ethereal, that's the best way I can describe it. It gives like an ethereal glow to the skin. It is so beautiful. It has great coverage. This, you guys, I know that this is like a little premature, but I would say this is probably going to be the best foundation release in 2025, but specifically the best one from the drugstore. Now, I like the new Maybelline Lumi Matte one or whatever it is, but this one, and it shocks me because it's not really made for people with oily skin, and I hope it translates on camera, because when I wear this and I film, I get so many compliments on my skin, and just it looks like, I think it looks like I have a filter on my skin. It's just that pearlized finish. There's no glitter in it like the Makeup by Mario one. That one has kind of like specks of really finely milled glitter. This does not. This is pearlized, and I don't know how they did it, but if I could get every single one of my foundations to have this finish, I would be a happy gal, because I love it. It gives me a glow. It does not make my skin oily or greasy at all. Because it's a little bit more hydrating, I do have to kind of touch up about halfway through my day. So usually around the 6-hour mark, I go ahead and touch up. But overall, it is so long wearing. It is beautiful. I think it's a little sensitive to the overall state of your skin, as with most products. So I would say, you know, if you're having issues with it, maybe, you know, kind of really hone in on your skin like I did. But I think that this is beautiful, and I think this is going to look so pretty on mature skin. This is going to look good on literally everyone. It's like angelic. I don't know how to explain it. It's angelic. It's ethereal. It's just so pretty. The next thing we're going to talk about is the Physicians Formula Butter Glow and Go Stick. This is it's a bronzer and a blush duo. Now, I've seen people say that this is a dupe for the dipstick, and I think mainly that comes from the fact that it is a blush bronzer duo. Which one did I get? I got the shade Berry Tan, which I think they have one darker shade and one lighter shade. And I would say that's pretty accurate. I would say that's probably going to appeal to about 75% of makeup users. Obviously, if you're extra deep or extra fair, you might have a hard time finding your shade. But overall, I think they did pretty good picking their colors. I love this one in particular because the bronzer is a great shade for me, and I love the berry blush. Now, if you like more of a warm tone blush, this one's obviously not going to be for you, but it's just very, very pretty. In terms of it being a dupe for the dipstick, this blends very easily, but it's not as buttery as the dipstick. So I would say this is not a dupe in terms of formula, but the concept of it, the experience of it, it's definitely similar. So if you want something like that, you know, this one's going to be a little bit more affordable. But Physicians Formula is actually pretty high up there for drugstore pricing. So, I mean, I really like it, and I would say I definitely recommend it. I don't know if I recommend it over the dipstick necessarily, but if you want a drugstore alternative to the dipstick, yeah, this is a great option. And I do like it, and it blends out beautifully, and it smells. It has the classic butter bronzer smell. Okay, now we're going to do a little bit of concealer. This is not a new concealer at the drugstore. This is fairly new to me. I did talk about it in, I think, one of my other like drugstore favorites that I've been loving. This is the Pretty Smart Conceal and Appeal Concealer. I absolutely love this concealer. This is in the shade Light Neutral, and you guys, I love this concealer. And I'll be honest, I really like a lot of their products. I've tried their liquid contour, their liquid blush, their foundation, their liquid lipstick, and everything I have been so impressed with. They do not have I'm gonna get a sponge for this. They do not have like a loose, like a translucent setting powder or anything like that. So, ooh, this shade's a little light. Whoops. Oh well. I'll just blend it in with the foundation. They don't have like a translucent setting powder, which is kind of a bummer. They have like a pressed powder that I think is supposed to be similar to like the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder, whatever that stuff is called. But I have not tried it because I have a couple pressed powders that I like, and that's pretty much it. I don't try a lot of pressed powders. I mean, there's not a ton on the market, but in general, I just don't find that they do as much for me as a loose setting powder because I have oily skin. Oilier skin, combo skin really. Okay, that looks really good. I am gonna take my foundation brush and I'm just gonna kind of marry everything together because it's starting to look a little, that concealer's a little light for me. And then I am gonna take this brush here. I have two setting powders to share with you guys. I've been using them in combination and I'm loving both of them. So this is the Kosas Cloud Set Translucent Powder, and this is in the shade, okay, let's see. It's the Kosas Cloud Set Translucent Candy Rose Ultra Transparent. This is a loose setting powder. I don't know about that whole name, but and then this is the Juvias Place I don't even know. This is just their powder. Now, they do have a setting powder, but this is their new setting powder. And they are different because I didn't really care for the old one. I do like this one. It comes in like 4 different shades. It also comes in a light pink, which I do have as well. But I want to show you guys, the pink and the translucent one work the same, but I want to show you guys this pink powder specifically. So one of the pressed powders I do really loved is the Kosas Cloud Set powder. I really like it. So I was curious to see how this would work and if it would give me a little bit more setting powder with my combo oily skin. And I would say that it definitely does. Now, personally, I have very olive skin, so I do not like putting a pink powder all over my face. I only like it around my eyes and my blush area. So I'm going to take this Morphe M164. This is one of their new ones. This is their powder brush. And I'm going to really get it in my brush. It's not a super finely milled powder, which I actually tend to prefer. So you'll notice it's kind of chunky. I'll get it in my brush, and then when I tap it out, it's almost kind of like when you use a sifter to do your like powdered sugar, and it makes it more finely milled, kind of separates it a little bit. And then I'm just going to go in and I'm going to set my under eyes. I really, really like it. It is so blurring on the skin. It's such a pretty pink shade, but I feel like it's not too terribly pink. Some of these pink powders I feel like look so pink once they hit that wet concealer product, especially the more fair or deep your skin is. Usually those pink powders work really well for fair to medium skin, but sometimes once you get into the tan range, it's a bit tough. Like, look at the difference between this side and this side. This is so blurring, just like the pressed powder, but I would say that this helps my makeup last so much longer than the pressed powder does, which I figured that it might, and I am really, really happy I picked this up. The only thing that I noticed, and I haven't looked online, but there were 3 shades. It was a pink one, like a honey yellow one, and then like a darker peach one. I didn't see that they had like a translucent shade, which I thought was kind of odd, and I was kind of disappointed because I would have picked up both colors because I would love to use the translucent shade all over my face, but I did not see it. So I'll have to look on their website and I will update you guys if they have other shades, like if you don't want to use a pink powder. Now we're going to do the Juvias Place. Like I said, I got the shade Coconut Flakes. I think they have a lighter shade, they have a pink shade, and then I think they have 3 darker shades if I'm not mistaken. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to put this on the rest of the face. I usually use this brush around the center of my face to set everything down. I'm going to set my eyelids too because we have eyeshadow. I'm so excited about this eyeshadow. Ooh, kind of messed my brow up there. Okay. And then I'm going to take a bigger powder brush like this, and I'm going to just go ahead and put it just a light layer on the rest of the face here. I'm going to do some eyeshadow. So the eyeshadows I'm going to be sharing with you are a palette and then a little duo that I found online that kind of surprised me. So this is the Sheglam Wonka Bar eyeshadow palette. I love, spoiler alert, I love this. I love the shades. These ones here, 4, 5, 6, these are all pure matte shades. They're beautiful. They're easy to blend. This is kind of a darker taupey gold shimmer, and then this is actually a cream kind of pearlized, which I absolutely love. So we're just gonna do some eyeshadow real quick. I'm not gonna do anything too crazy, but I do want to show you guys just overall how it works. And this one are really neutral, so I feel like I can get away with using them and my eyes don't look like totally orange. I'm going to take this brush here. I've talked about this before. I found it at TJ Maxx years ago, and I wash it like a couple times a year, and I use it all the time. Okay, I'm going to take this cream shade, and I'm going to basically use it to carve out my crease. You guys, this, I don't know, I feel like the perfect palette would have like a light pearlized cream shadow like this, a dark brown or black that you could use for eyeliner, and then like 6 matte shades, and then maybe like one more shimmer, a shimmer that's a little bit lighter. Anyway, I love this palette. It's so cheap. I will link everything that I talk about. I will link down below. Obviously, you can only get Shein makeup on Shein's website, like Sheglam on Sheglam.com. And I'm going to take the shimmer in this palette, and I'm just going to kind of press it into that cream. And I think it looks so pretty. It's almost like a space cowboy kind of color. Okay, now I do want to show you this. This is a complete eyeshadow look in itself, but I do want to show you this. So the Rabanne, I'm guessing is how you say it. This is kind of an indie brand on Ulta that I've not really heard much about, but these are their shimmer eyeshadow duos. And when I saw this, I was like, the first thing I thought of are the new like extremely expensive Patrick Ta duos. These are so good. Now this is $25 for this, which is still pretty pricey, but it is basically half the price of the Patrick Ta. And I like the color combos in these better because you get like a dark brown and a really pretty champagne shade. So I just want to show you, I'm not going to use them today, but I do want to show you how they look. They're absolutely beautiful. They're so silky soft and pigmented. I didn't get very much on there. I absolutely love this palette. Highly recommend. I will link it down below. I cannot get over how amazing these are. This is a hidden gem, and I would highly recommend picking this up if you really like the idea of the Patrick Ta, but you don't want to spend the money. And also, if you just don't want to have things that are so mainstream, if you don't want to pick up stuff that's super highly viral, you want to try something kind of different, this is definitely what I would recommend. You know what? I'm just going to do blush real quick because I don't have a new powder blush. This is just the Milani Rose powder blush in the shade 08T Rose. It's a lot more pigmented. In the pan, it doesn't look like it's really going to give me that much color on my tan skin, but when I use a little bit of a lighter concealer, so I feel like it really just pops by the eyes. And for my particular eye color, which is kind of a darker green, I really like it. So highly recommend this. It is drugstore, it's affordable, but they've been around for years. So now we can talk about the powders. So I saw these. I went recently to an Ulta near me that I really like, and I saw that they had these Morphe Cloudlight powders, and they had, how many shades did they have? I think they had like 4, maybe, no. I think they had 4 shades. So they had one lighter and then one in between these 2 shades. So I picked up the darkest shade and I picked up the second lightest shade. I'm going to be using this one as kind of a bronzer. And then this one is like a highlighter kind of glow powder in general. So kind of my thought process behind this, Huda Beauty, they had their Glow Wish and they had their Glow Wish bronzers. I absolutely love those, but those were discontinued. So I was kind of getting the same vibe from this. And I also think it'd be a really pretty eyeshadow. So we are going to, and I'll tell you what, I have not tried these, but I bought every shade and put them in my pro kit already because I know it's going to be something that I'm going to use all the time for brides. So I just want to show you what that looks like. It doesn't look like anything special in the pan, but I want to kind of show you guys what it looks like on the back of the hand. It's not glittery at all. It has that same kind of ethereal pearlized finish that obviously I'm obsessed with. So I'm going to take my bronzer brush here and we're just going to go in and we're going to see. Okay, it's hard to tell on the cheeks, but oh yeah, that's giving what I wanted it to give. Oh my gosh, that looks so good. I'm obsessed. Oh my goodness, that's so pretty. It's not glittery at all. It's not shiny. It just goes with that pearlized ethereal look, and I am crazy about it. I have learned that about myself. Okay, and this is the shade Sunset. Okay, and then this is the shade Sunrise Beige with Balancing Yellow. Oh, I think there's supposed to be like color correcting powders. That's interesting. I don't care about that at all, but I do think they're beautiful powders. And I'm so glad I bought every shade because these are going to sell out and I want them in my pro kit. So I'm going to take this one and I'm going to use it with I think I'm going to use it just with my highlighter brush. Yes. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. This kind of gives like Glow Wish, Hourglass, that type of glow, and I love it. And this is like the perfect shade. Part of me kind of wants to put it under my eye, but I'm kind of like, maybe I shouldn't do that. Oh my goodness, I'm obsessed. Wow. Incredible. Okay, I'm going to take that eyeshadow brush that we were using before, and I'm just going to take whatever's left on it. Put it on my lower lash line here. Like so. And we do have a new mascara. It's not crazy new, but it is new to me. I'm going to curl my lashes really quick. I have been using a lash serum again, which I don't know why. I stopped because it's inconvenient to remember to do all the time. And then I do it again and I'm like, oh yeah, like my makeup looks totally different. Okay. Now this is the Maybelline Firework Mascara. This is the Maybelline Lash Sensational Firework Mascara. I like this. I get it in the shade black. Very black. I don't know the difference between black. I don't know the difference between black and very black, but whatever. I don't typically use Maybelline mascaras because they bother my eyes, but I've been seeing people use this and I really like the wand and it seems like a product I would really like. So I was like, you know what? It's been a while since I've tried a Maybelline mascara. Maybe they've changed the ingredients. Maybe it won't bother my eyes. And I am happy to report this does not bother my eyes. It does not smudge. It does not flake. I have worked out with it. I've worn it all day, but I noticed when I try to take it off at the end of the day with my makeup remover, micellar water, it doesn't come off real good until I put hot water on the cotton round and then it comes right off. So it has sort of a tubing inspired formula, I would say. I don't know if it's a tubing mascara, but it definitely has a tubing kind of likeness to it. And I really like, I've learned about myself, I like mascaras that really pack on a lot of volume at the root of my lash and then sort of just separate and fluff out the lashes at the ends. I really like the way that looks for my eyes, and this does that. And I don't do another coat because I just love the way it looks. If you're like me and Maybelline mascaras tend to make your eyes kind of itch and water and feel like there's something in them, there's some ingredient I'm allergic to in the Maybelline mascaras, and it is not in this because it does not bother my eyes. So love this, and obviously it's affordable. We have another highlighting product here. So this is the L'Oreal Lumi Le Glace. They also have a Le Glow stick. Now the difference between the two is the Le Glow one is very much like a highlighter. It's a very pearly, shiny, gorgeous, not shiny, it's a very pearly, glowy highlighter. This this is beautiful. This gives you kind of that glassy, I don't know if you guys can see that. It gives you that glassy finish, and I love this. So I just take a little bit on my finger, put it on the very highest points of my cheek. I love this, especially on the nose. It almost kind of gives you that wet look. And if I'm really careful, I don't find that this messes up my makeup at all. I haven't like drawn it, like put it directly onto the skin, but I find if I just do a little bit with my finger, it looks really good. I have also put this on my actual eyelid, and oh, it slays. The lip liner I have is the LA Girl Shockwave Nude Lip Liner in the shade Coquette. And I don't know if these are new, but I haven't seen them before, and there's only certain Walgreens that have LA Girl. So I finally went to one and I picked this up, and I love the color. It's a gorgeous color. I do have LA Girl lip liners, and I do really like them. They have just the regular like wood pencil ones, and I really like them. These are a little bit more of a gel formula. These are still sharpenable though. I don't think it comes with a sharpener. No, you still sharpen these, but I really like that. And then the lipstick I'm using today is from Juvias Place. This is in the color Chic. This is not a new lipstick. They've had these lipsticks for a while, but this particular shade is new to me. It's a gorgeous like nude pink, super cool toned, which I love. And this combination lasts for forever. Okay, guys, there you have it. That is the full makeup look using All New Drugstore. I absolutely love every single thing, which I wanted to share with you guys. I forgot to share with you guys one more thing. This is the e.l.f. Halo Glow powder filter from e.l.f. that just came out. I did not pick this up for a long time because I was like, that just doesn't look like something I'm gonna like, and I didn't really like the shades, but I ended up picking up the shade Fair Neutral Cool because the other ones were so yellow, and I don't hate this product. I definitely did not expect to like it. I do feel like I can put a little bit on the face, and overall it kind of gives that glowy, almost like cloud-like skin effect to my face. I do feel like it emphasizes texture a little, but it's also very blurring. It's kind of a confusing product. I'm definitely happy I picked it up, and I definitely am going to keep using it. But I definitely was surprised that I didn't hate it. So anyway, that's my review on this. It's kind of like TBD on whether or not I'm going to declutter it or not, but for now I like it and I'm enjoying it. I feel like it's not for every look that I do, but it's for like very specific ones, if that makes sense. That is it for real this time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure and let me know in the comments below if you've tried any of these products, what your thoughts are, or if you're excited to pick any of them up. As always, I have linked everything in the description box as well as on my LTK. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel, follow me over on Instagram, and I will see you in my next video.